Hey everybody, Krystal Gamer here with a brand new build video for you. Feels like it's been forever since I've put out a build video. I've been doing so many challenge things and lots of how-tos and stuff like that, and I think I've done maybe a home tour in the meantime or whatnot, but it's been a little while since a build. And this one here it's in line with my Dine Out challenge right now. If for those that don't follow me regularly, I do pack challenges once every few weeks. And right now, the one that we have going on is the Dine Out pack challenge. And so usually I try and do a build that's kind of in line with my challenge, inspired by it. I don't necessarily follow all of the rules of my challenge because I'm not participating. So I will use items from other packs as well sometimes not. In this build, I did use items from other packs. I don't know. I wanted some other things that were outside of what Dine Out and Base Game had to offer. But if you're wanting to download it, hopefully when they get the gallery fixed, I'm still waiting. Those of you that follow me regularly know I'm waiting. I've got like a backlog of builds because I'm waiting for them to change the gallery default back to new builds so that we actually get downloads again rather than focusing on popular builds. But in any case, I digress. My point being is, what was my point? Love that I forgot that. Let's see, what was my point? It's Dine Out inspired for my challenge. And I think I had another point there. Oh, yeah, for people that want to download. If you want to download it, it's still, even though I use stuff from other packs, it's still predominantly Dine Out. It shows that there are a lot of different packs used, but it's kind of like one item for this pack, one item from that pack. It's like that type of thing. So it's still predominantly Dine Out as far as a build. So for anyone that's wanting to download it, when I actually uploaded, which, like I say, may be a while, they told us that we were going to have this change this month in September, but we're approaching the end of September, and I guess they're not doing an update till October sometime. So fingers crossed, I'm hoping it comes with the October update because I am developing a backlog of builds, and I'm sure that at least one or two of you probably would like to download some of them. So fingers crossed that happens sometime soon. But anyway, on this build, my husband gave me the idea actually to do a Halloween thing or just Halloween themes in general. And he's right. We're approaching, October and Halloween. And in the United States, we're going to have Halloween at the end of this month. And so my original idea was that I was going to do this in predominantly orange and black and decorate it up for Halloween. Now, as we can see, I did a predominantly orange and black. I really love that the game has an orange wallpaper that is not like in your face, icky, crazy, loud, like too much. It's a very good orange color that you can tolerate and you're not, blinded or something by it. So really happy about that. And so I went with that color for the walls. And so, yeah, that was sort of my idea, was that I would kind of have this sort of Halloween inspired thing a little bit. And it doesn't end up being that way. It's just that I end up using orange and black. That's the only thing that ends up being Halloween about it at all. And it can function if you want to download it. Game wise, it serves as either a restaurant, bar, lounge, or nightclub. So whatever you want to designate it as out of those four things, it meets the requirements of all four. So I have found myself in the game that I like the restaurants, but when I'm playing the game, I don't know. I just really wish they were done better, because when I send a sim out to eat, I have to make sure that all of their needs are completely full before I take them to a restaurant, because for some reason it's like a 12-hour ordeal for them to go to a restaurant, get seated, order, eat, get their food, eat, all of that stuff. And it's like 12 sim hours or something, and they'll be miserable by the time they leave. So I have gotten into this little habit lately of kind of making restaurants that can also function as bars and things like that. So that way I'm more inclined to use them in my own game, because I'm a little bit disinclined personally to designate things as restaurants because of that reason, because of the weight and all of that stuff. But I don't know. I'm actually not sure. I was playing the game. I was playing the restaurant. I was trying to play test it. And I think I had it listed as a bar, but we still had waitstaff and we still had a person behind the hostess station. Like I started it as a restaurant and then I changed it to a bar and to offer more flexibility, but I still had all the restaurant staff and a chef and all of that stuff. They were all still there and they were all still doing everything they were supposed to be doing. So maybe you can use it as both, maybe. I don't know. I don't play enough to know that, but probably some of you that are watching probably know that answer more than I do. So yeah, maybe someone can write it in the comments if they do. I don't know. But so anyway, I wanted this restaurant. It's a seafood restaurant. That's hence the fish out front. And I end up with a little fountain and fish and stuff like that out front as well. And so it's a seafood place. And I had it set when I was playing it as a restaurant. I had it set so that the Sims would show up in party attire, not necessarily formal, but party attire. I wanted it to be not super fine dining, but not super casual either. Like just a nice restaurant that you want to go to and look nice and all of that stuff. Like kind of, like you're going out for the evening. It's not super casual, but it doesn't have to be formal wear. That's kind of what I was going for in my mind anyway. And when we get to the side area, there's actually an area on the opposite side that is a deck and all of that. And I put out a keyboard and a busking place and all of that. That to me, that part of the restaurant is more casual. That you could go a little bit more of a casual thing. So I don't know. That was kind of my thoughts on it anyway. Let's see what else. Oh, the end of it. I have to apologize. Those of you that know me already, you're going to kind of probably chuckle at this a little bit, but I finished the whole build and I thought I was done with it. And then I started just kind of like doing what I usually do and kind of like just looking around and trying to see if there's anything else that I want to add to it or anything I want to change, anything I want to tweak. And so when I was doing that, I kind of looked at the outside and I was like, I don't know. I like this roof, but I don't love it. It was a little bit plain for me. And so I wanted to do something else with the roof, but I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was very, very undecided on what I wanted to do. And like I say, I had already completed the build, and that part at the end where I do little tweaks or a little add or take away of this or that or whatnot, I don't usually record that because it's too confusing, like camera movement wise. Like I'm kind of all over the place. I'll move from one section of the build to the other, and just visually it would be a nightmare on video. And so I don't typically record that. And so I have to apologize because I started this end roof section without the record button turned on. And also because I really didn't know what I was doing. I was doing one of the things that I usually do in experimenting and, let me try this and let me try that type thing. And I didn't end up with an elaborate roof, but I decorated the roof. And I personally ended up loving that part of the build. That's my favorite part of the build, especially the back of the building of all things. The back of the building and the way I decorated the roof at night is my favorite part of the whole thing. And so that is not on video, but I have it at the end in cinematics and in screenshots and all of that. So make sure you stick around for that and don't miss it because it's the best part. At least in my opinion, it's the best part. So we'll see what you think. It's not, and I don't want to like overbuild it up or whatever. It's not like I built the Taj Mahal or anything. It's just a cute little idea I had for the back is all. And I just ended up liking it. And hopefully, fingers crossed, you do too. And let's see, what else can I tell you about this? I actually did not develop a story to go with this one. And I apologize for those who typically like the stories. This is just, it's my Dine Out inspired build with just a touch of Halloween inspiration in the color on the inside. And that's about it. There isn't too much of a story to go with it. Oh, and one thing you may notice that I switched lots. I ended up putting this one in Windenburg. It sits really nicely in Windenburg, especially with, I have a thing where several of my builds are kind of either dark or black and white or something that are sitting in Windenburg. I have my spa that I did, which was an inspiration for the Spa Day Challenge. I have my library that I did, which was an inspiration for, which pack was that? I don't remember. Maybe that was Get to Work. that may have been built as an inspiration for the Get to Work challenge. So yeah, I have Windenburg right now. Downtown Windenburg is sitting with several builds that were inspired by different challenges, and they all have, I don't know, I've got a thing with black on these builds in Windenburg. I don't know, they sit nicely in Windenburg though. They seem to fit nicely there. Although I can't say the library is actually white. It's that the roof, I think, may be black, and the spa is black and white. It's pretty striking, I think. I got a lot of downloads on that spa too. And then downloads ceased after they made that change with the gallery. So fingers crossed. I'm still hoping for that thing with the gallery for them to fix it. They said they were going to, and I'm trying to wait quite impatiently is what's happening. Not a patient person. I don't know what they're thinking. Like they cater to me, right? We all like to think that everyone else caters to us, right? Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, I love the outdoor section in this place. I really love this whole place, actually. I like the way it turned out. It's not super, architecturally, it's not a major feat of architectural engineering or anything like that, but it was more about using the Dine Out packs and doing a furnish with it. And I like what I ended up with. And I love, if I were, attending, if I were going to visit this place, I'd really enjoy the outdoor place. But I'm an outdoor person anyway. I very much like outdoor spaces. Y'all anyone that follows me regular probably knows that just with my builds. I do a lot of outdoor space stuff, especially my residential builds. Lots of outdoor living. And of course I had to put the fish out front. That was necessary. I could not live without the little fish fountains out front. They were absolutely necessary to this build. I did that on my fish fry restaurant too. This is my second seafood place. Although the fish fry is way more casual, but that one ended up with a couple of fish fountains too, because you have to. You just have to. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. But yeah, I throw a little bit of landscaping out front, not too much because it is Windenburg, it is the city, so we're not having an expectation of a huge amount of landscaping, but I throw in a little just to give it a little touch of that kind of life, so it's not so concrete jungle-ish. And I tell you what, those little white flowers are so hard to work with. I don't know if it's just me, if it's my game or what. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but once I place those white flowers, it's so hard to move them afterwards. It's like there's only a tiny little section on them that allows for you to pick them up. I don't know why that is. It's kind of a weird thing. At least that's how it is in my game. It's very strange. I like them though. It's just they're very hard to move around once you place them. Maybe I should get used to placing better on the first try. But no, not so much. I'm not so good at that. I move things around a lot. I change things a lot. It's kind of my MO. I think a lot of builders do that though. I think that it's rare for us to, build straight the first time and that's it. Oh, and look, we're already moving into our cinematics and screenshots and all of that stuff. I love the back of this. You can see I changed the roof. I love the back of this at night, and you're going to see this in a second at night in the back. It's awesome. Really love it. Hope you guys love it too. And yeah, so this is my Dine Out inspired build. And if you're not familiar with my challenges, they're on Twitter. And if you look up hashtag KG Dine Out, you can find it on Twitter. And if you want, definitely participate. We're always looking for new people to join. We have kind of a regular set of people that participate every time. And so we have a good time. We have a good time with it. And I'll be taking entries, I don't know, for at least another, week and a half or something like that. I can't remember what the deadline is, but I'll be taking entries on it for a while yet. And yeah, so I hope to see you guys join in. That'd be cool if you're not already joined in. I already have several entries for it. It's going to be a good one, I think. They're all good. Anyway, they're all good. But yeah, I like this pack quite a bit. It makes a difference for me. How much I like the pack makes a difference. And this pack I like quite a bit. So I think that I'm going to have a good time going through, like an even better time than normal going through the designs. And I try not to look at them when they come in. I like really look at them. I kind of glance, but I try not to look at them hard when they come in. But even just at first glance, the entries coming in look fantastic. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. So stay tuned for that. If you're not yet subscribed and you're interested in that, definitely subscribe. And so you get a notification, hit the little bell, for notifications and all that. So you can come back and see it. And thanks so much for spending the time with me today. I hope you like this build and this video. And if you do, make sure you do hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Helps us YouTubers out a lot. And I'd appreciate it a whole bunch. Thanks so much. Hope to see you back again next time. Bye now.